All right, guys. Am I evacuating? Is it an emergency? No. I'm going to meet one of you right now here in South Carolina. And who is it gonna be? Let's go.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International stacker.
Ethan?
No.
Oh. Ethan?
Yeah.
What's up, man? I'm International Stacker.
How are you?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Well, should we grab a table and some food and drinks and talk about gold and silver?
Let's do it.
All right, so before we sit down, do I look like what you expected?
No. not
Totally
at all.
different?
Yeah.
That's the normal answer I get. All right, we'll get a table right now. All right, dude. We got the COVID bubble. Get in there. This is VIP in a pandemic, I guess. So, when did you start stacking gold and silver?
So, I started collecting coins. My brother introduced me to dollar bills, really. Back when I was 15, he introduced me to a website called Where's George. It's like a currency tracking project.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So I started working on that, and then I started watching YouTube videos, and then I got into coins, and so I started coin collecting. I was going to banks, grabbing rolls here and there.
Oh, so you're doing coin roll hunting and all that?
Yep, and
Okay.
so after doing that for like maybe a year, I started watching more YouTube videos, and then I found, stacking silver and stuff, and so I did my research, and I started going from there.
How long have you been watching for?
So I think I've been subscribed to you for about 2 years, roughly.
Yeah, I think you've been there a while.
But I started watching the live streams for a few months now, and
Okay.
I try to go to everyone that you got.
Cool, man. And you're kind of a younger stacker, huh? Like, I looked at my demographics about a week ago, and it's got like a distribution chart, and primary my distribution seems to be about probably like 28 to like 37 is like my key demo to most people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have them all over the place. What demo are you in? You don't have to give me your exact age, but what's your age range?
Well, I'm just turned 21 this year, so.
Oh man.
I'm there, yep.
So you being a younger stacker, what drew you into? Like, obviously your brother got you started, but once you started watching YouTube and seeing these different videos, what points resonated with you? Was it the point that it's physical? If you don't hold it, you don't own it? Was it the point that it can't just disappear tomorrow? Like, what made you say, hey, I want some gold and silver?
Well, I think it got to the point I watched, I don't remember which video it was, but I watched one where they were talking about how silver holds its value over time. And since I'm pretty young, I was like, wow, what about, when I'm 60 and I could retire early? But it was the video that described like a silver quarter could buy a gallon of gas back in the 30s or 40s. And in today's world, a silver quarter can get you like $3.
Yeah. So almost a gallon of gas before the price went crazy recently, right?
Yeah. So I thought about that, and I was like, that is crazy, and that's just a silver quarter. And I'm like, if I was to buy 5 silver quarters now, imagine when I'm 40 or 50 years old, that could still get me whatever it was worth today.
And see, that's a good point, because a lot of people look at gold and silver as an investment, which I really don't do. Do I think there's huge opportunities coming because it's due for a major correction? Yes. But the primary purpose, in my view, in my personal opinion, of gold and silver is anti-inflationary, preserve your buying power.
Right.
So whatever you could buy today, you can buy in 30, 40 years, or whatever, it ends up you selling it, right? You can still, it's that protection against inflation. And folks, inflation's crazy right now. Like, I haven't looked at the new numbers. It's got to be well over 6%. So that means in the last year, if you have not gotten a 6% raise, you're making less.
Right.
Even if you got like a little generic 1% raise, you're still making 5% less than you were a year ago.
Yeah, inflation's crazy. I remember going to McDonald's, McChicken was $1. It's on the price menu. And like last week, I went to McDonald's and they don't even have a dollar menu. It's like $1.30 for anything now, and so that's crazy.
Well, did you see Dollar General just put out a thing? They're going to $1.25.
I saw stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, $1.25 General now, I guess.
Yep.
That's crazy, huh? It's insane. And one thing I like to say is, if you went back to Roman times with an ounce of gold, you're going to be able to buy a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh yeah, you'd
if
be
you
considered rich.
Yeah, and if you went to Roman times and got an ounce of Roman gold and brought it back today, you'd be able to get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
There's not much other stuff you could do with that with. I mean, sure, you could probably take a $100 bill back then, and maybe a witch doctor would see it and be like, oh, this is a message from the gods or something, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, like, gold and silver, you know? And I was just watching a little bit earlier, while I was waiting for you to come, a thing on the Romans, and Caesar did a triumph through Rome, which was just a celebration for when they conquered new lands. And I forget the number, but I think it was 20,000 tons of silver he had, like, in wagons pulling it through the city. 20,000 tons of silver.
That had to be like 30,000 horses or something like that.
Well, and you're talking about...
Or camels back in Roman times.
Yeah, and you're talking about like 45 BC or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So from 45 BC to 2021, silver and gold has still saved its place as a monetary instrument. And that's why I'm way more into metals than I am cryptos. Now, I started out in cryptos. I got into Bitcoin. I was freaking mining it, $500 a thing. All my viewers hear the story a million times. But I switched to gold and silver because what resonated with me is you don't hold it, you don't own it.
Right.
And, you know, it's not going to be hard, I don't think, for a government to outlaw cryptos. Now, of course, they're not going to be able to get it away from you because it's on a distributed ledger blockchain, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But if they say if you do XYZ, you become a quadruple felon, you know, it still doesn't do you much good holding on to that. So that's what I like about gold and silver. And people will point to the gold confiscation that did happen. Mm-hmm. But I think only 1 or 2 people were actually prosecuted. And it was like a slap on the wrist. For the most part, they depend on people to voluntarily give that stuff up, right?
Yeah.
But if they do another confiscation, I'm going to be like, private all videos, private all videos.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cool, man. Have you ever won one of my GAWs?
I have not. I've only been in one. I missed the second one you had.
It was out of, I've done like 4 mega GAWs.
Oh, 4.
Now.
Wow. So
the last one was insane.
I participated in either 1 or 2, one or 2 of them, but yeah.
You never know, maybe you get lucky. Well, I'm gonna put the. Let's go check on our burgers. All right, I just killed my burger. How's your burger?
It's really good.
All right, you guys, I'm going to shut this off. A secret's about to happen. I'm sorry. All right, guys. So Ethan C just told me he has 3 sisters. I finally found Mrs. IS. Set the wedding. It's happening on Thursday. You said you drove like 2 or 3 hours to get here?
Yep.
Man, you're a champion, dude.
Well, I had the opportunity, you know, I messaged him through email after he put out those polls, and he messaged back, and so I was like, I got to take it, so.
And guess what you're going to get? You are going to get, as soon as they're done, I know I'm procrastinating, guys, but everybody who meets me in the wild, including people since I started YouTube, are going to get a limited challenge coin in the mail that you can only get if you find me in the wild, so you're going to get one of those.
Sweet, thanks, man.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. What do you think the silver spot price is going to be on January 1, 2022? Is it going to be above or below 30?
Well, I'm not one to estimate or guesstimate about the silver price and everything. I've never really looked that far into it. I just kind of stack to preserve my wealth. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's been like it has since the beginning of the Rona. But I would say it's going to stay around the same, maybe a little bit higher, above around 30. But that's just a guesstimation. I'd say around 30ish.
Dude, it wasn't that long ago. I was in the teens. I was buying Morgans for $16.25 a piece.
I remember
they're like $30 now for a Morgan.
Yeah, when I first got started into stacking, 2016, I remember I could get dollar face for $13 or $12 face, and I remember hearing $15 per face was crazy insane.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember being able to get tubes of silver eagles for under 400 is what I shot for, 380, 395, 378. Yeah. I'd be like, yes. Now a tube is $700 or $800. I don't even know how much it is right now.
Crazy.
It's crazy, man. So you said you brought something. I'm curious. What do you got?
Yep. So I watched your latest video that you had with your interview in San Diego. And the person you were interviewing was talking about, you could go in old Western times and you could get, a shot for a Morgan or a bullet is what you guys had said. So I bought you a 1 ounce silver bullet.
Oh, dang, man. 1 ounce silver bullet.
So I thought it was just really neat. It's crazy, you know, way back when, just, you know, one bullet could get you a shot and stuff like that. And I never knew where that came from. So
Yeah.
I thought it was really neat, so I had to bring you one.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I'm a total jerk. I don't have anything on me, but you are going to get the super rare challenge coin.
Yep.
As soon as they come out. So be watching. Be watching when I do that video.
Yep.
Now, the unique thing too, guys, is this is a silver bullet. And here in North Carolina, near our current location in Asheville, there is a Transylvania County. So this might even save my life with a vampire. you never
Silver
know.
bullet.
Cool, man. So you're just you're telling me about like your career and stuff you're getting into and your future plans. Question 1. You plan to stack all the way till retirement, or what do you plan to, like, is it going to be your savings account, not stuck in a bank, not inflating away every year, 6%, 15%?
Nothing's ever going to go in the bank. If you don't hold it, you don't own it, or if, you know, that saying. But I plan to stack as long as I can, you know, buy here and buy there, and hopefully one day I can retire from it. And even after that, I'll probably still be into coin collecting and stuff like that, depending on how everything goes.
Now, you know, if you're stacking, especially if you get large amounts to retire on, you know how important security is, right? You shouldn't be telling a bunch of people, hey, check out all my gold bars I have here in the basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I try to limit the people I tell about my stacking and stacking goals and stuff like that.
You know, I've talked to many people about, like, how do you hide your gold and silver? And we've even talked about taking 100-ounce bars of silver. You just spray paint it black and then use it for a freaking doorstop. You know, no one would
ever know. They think it's a brick or something.
Yeah. So, what advice do you have for any new stackers, especially younger stackers, just like getting started, maybe?
Know what you're buying. Know what you're getting into. Just make sure it's legit. Make sure it's real. Buy from a reputable source.
So you're telling me if it's a really good deal and too good to be true, probably is.
Right. Yeah. If you see an American Eagle listed for $12, pass on it.
Yeah.
More than likely, it's not real. But yeah, just know what you're getting into. Make sure it's real, and then just pay your bills first. Always don't ever go in debt because of this. That's the reason you're into it, to stay out of debt.
And that's a good point, because if you go on this too heavy, you end up having to sell it. And if you sell gold and silver on the short term, you're probably going to lose. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So the whole goal here is to keep it, not just too much, overextend yourself and have to sell it all back. But, you know, I know people who had a decent collection, they had a major emergency in their life, and they sold it and helped them get through that. So although we stack for retirement, if you have to use it for an emergency situation, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It means that the gold and silver did what it's supposed to do and helped you out in a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
But ideally, we want to have like an emergency fund with paper cash, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that way, if we have an emergency, we're dipping into the paper versus having to dip into the metals. And I'm one to talk, because I do have a emergency fund always. But when the hashtag beer flu happened, I was back in the United States. I had to cut another contract I had in Saudi Arabia. And I lost like $18,000 that was supposed to be coming in that month. I didn't get it. And I had everything else planned out about that. So I actually took, at the time, right when COVID started, like a monster box of Silver Eagles and sold it. Got that cash, put me through to my next project, my next contract, because I needed to float to the next contract. So it did its thing. And then Silver Eagles went up to like $12 premium. I was like, nah! But see, that was in a situation where I had to. But who would have known that a worldwide pandemic, like I had an emergency fund, but not like $18,000 worth of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So since then I beefed up my emergency fund, but it did what it needed to do at the time, and since then I replaced all 500 ounces, just not an Eagles, obviously, because the premium was so nuts.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to stack? Is it Eagles, 90%, bullets, what is it?
It's a mixture between 90% constitutional and collectible pieces, kind of like this right here, you know, not something you see every day, and definitely is worth more than, you know, a generic 1 ounce buffalo or something like that. So, if I can get a great deal, I'll stack the generic, but I usually go for the constitutional because of the history behind it, and the fact that they're not being made anymore. I mean, the value, you know, in 20 years they're going to be double or triple what you can get them for now because of the scarcity. But honestly, I like to stack constitutional and collectible pieces.
What's your favorite 90% piece? Like a dime or a quarter or half dollar? Or...
I'd have to say my favorite design would have to be the Standing Liberty quarter.
Okay.
It's just something unique, and
that is cool.
It shows the history.
You know, my favorite's the Mercury dime. That's my fave.
Yeah, and also I bought you one of those too.
Dang!
I know it's your favorite.
Man, I feel guilty, dude. I mean, I did buy you a burger, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at that mercantile, folks. Look at the luster. Nice, man. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
The bullet in your dime. Should I say I'm gonna start talking about gold bars. Did you bring one of those for me? a 5-ounce gold bar.
I wish.
Man, thanks for your generosity. Really appreciate it. So, how's your collection doing? Do you have you broken the 100 ounces?
Yeah, I have a lot of constitutional. Like I said, it's one of my favorite to stack. I haven't really done an audit on it all. I just kind of buy here and there when I get a chance, and I just put it in the safe. But if I had to guess, I've probably got around 300 ounces of so,
nice.
And maybe half ounce of gold.
Nice.
So.
You guys, the sniper rifle just turned on. No, I'm kidding. I did a video on how I keep track of mine, and I have a free spreadsheet. And it's a video, so when you are ready to do an audit, just go find that video or email me. I'll send you the spreadsheet, and you put everything in there. It calculates everything for you. It gives you your dollar cost average. It has an audit tool for 90%, so it will tell you how much silver loss you have. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to find
It's tied to a live spot, so it calculates everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I saw a foosball table in there with our name on it, so let's go ahead and end the video here. Again, guys, I mean, you can find him on the live streams. His name is Ethan C. If he ever puts out a channel, I'll make sure to cover it. Do you have any final words for everybody?
Just keep on stacking.
I like that. So we're going to end the video, and what do we say?
Catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the next one. Woo! I wonder if TSA will let me fly with this. This kid's a shark. He told me he never played, got me to bet 100 ounces, and I just got smashed.
One stacker on a journey to find silver.